Good morning, everybody. It's a lovely morning in Germany. Well, it was freezing first thing this morning. It was -10 and it went down to -12 some of the roads I was driving on. Well, that's not cold in the wider scheme of things, is it, when you've been up to the Nordics and all that? So I've just stopped from a break south of Frankfurt. Started off down near Munich this morning, and where are we stopped? I mustn't. That annoys me when drivers say we are doing this and we are doing that. There's no we about it. Look, the seat's empty. I'm at Resthaus Spessart Sud. You can work that one out. South, that is. So it's just short, well, a little bit short of Frankfurt. So all we're doing today is running back. Loaded down near Munich last night and stayed there. So I'm going to get up to I'm terrible at remembering things these days. Anyway, we're going to do a 9-hour drive. I'll remember where I'm going later on, and so that gets me about 4 hours away from Calais, and then it's a hop up to Calais and then on the boat and then home. And that will be the end of this. I will not be doing this again. I've had enough of ripping my guts out, ripping my hours apart, all legally mind you, but it's a full-on job. It's very physical. It's not the normal job that I was doing. It's still obviously in the car industry, but it's collecting body shells, which is very physical. And at my age, I don't think I'm up to it. One with the, you know, pulling stuff around, and as I say, you've got to move stuff about physically. Plus the hours, plus the length of time you're working in a day, and the short breaks at night. So anyway, that's it. I'm done Friday. Be clearing this out, and the rest is history. I've had since Christmas, that's all I've been doing is punching backwards and forwards to Munich once a week and to Cologne twice a week. So that means you've got to have COVID tests. So if you're going to Cologne, you've got 2 lots of COVID tests. You've then got to have a Kent pass to be able to get your truck into Kent. You can't go straight to Dover. You've got to go up on the A2, on the M2. You can't even go down on the M2 into Dover because you get a £200 fine. You've got to go all the way to Manston Airfield, even though I don't need a COVID test. And it's just an absolute ball ache. And then you've got all the extra paperwork because of all this Brexit rubbish. You know, customs and stamps here and stamps there and barcodes here and numbers there. It's just an absolute nightmare. The job is just gone down the pan basically. COVID done out obviously, but we can't help that. Well, we can help it because people don't help themselves. You know, they walk around with their bloody beak out still, and I've seen some blokes, they looks like they've had a mask on, they've had their bloody muzzle on for about a week. It's filthy, and they got a bloody beak hanging out over the top as well. You know, if you've got these disposable masks like these things, they're only meant to be used once a day, and sometimes if I'm loading and I get all hot and sweaty, and I'll use 2 or 3, but there's some of these blokes that have them on for a week. Well, they look like they're for a week. So there's all that malarkey going on, so it's best that I just pack this in and stay safe. Anyway, more about that later. How long we had? Here we go again. There's no bloody we about it. And sorry the cab's in a bit of a mess, but this cab really isn't, although it's a big XXL, it's not easy to live in like the little truck. Everything went in its place with the little truck. There's no storage along the dash, just silly little ledges and little dust bits where dust get in, and it's just an absolute mess. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice truck. Even though it's got this girly gearbox on it, I still use it as a manual quite a lot. But it is quite a sweet little gearbox. But it's, I don't know what it is. It seems to change too early sometimes, or not in the right place, so I'll just do it myself. Yeah, it's fine. It's a Scania gearbox. It's a Scania, now it's got a Scania steering column, so you can do that with it. And look at this, I could even do this. I could slouch behind the curtain like a Scania driver. I only need a Stetson and a check shirt and some bloody Yee Haa music going on in here, but right off on one, wouldn't it? I don't know, you know, but anyway, I'm surprised that MAN haven't changed the name, because there's so much Scania on this. They should call it Mania, and then supply you with a hat, the Stetson and the check shirt and the bloody CD for the Yee Haa music. Right then, shall we vacate this joint? That 404, that's it. Right, let's go. So the next stop, we will be stopping in about 3¼ hours at Frecken Autohof for some fuel and brake. I'll push this brake a little bit further than I normally do. I had a second wind. Mind you, Angie says I normally have loads of wind. I don't know about a second one. I was going to stop about 3 hours, but then I thought I'll go on a little bit more. So this brake, I went on to 4 hours and 4 minutes. So then the next one will be just over 3 hours down there. Fill up with diesel, have a break, and then I'll remember where we're stopping. I'm doing it again. I sound like an idiot. Liège. The service is just past Liège Airport.
A3.
It's Verlaine Services. It's a nice big services there, well lit. It's a big park, so you can get away from the noise of the motorway. But it's getting back to this truck. It's okay, but it only does 52 mile an hour. It's a nice, comfortable drive. You can't fault it. But it's just, you know, it ain't what I want. You know, I suppose if the job that went with the new truck was different, it would be fine. You know, I could settle into it. But just thrashing my guts out week in, week out, I just can't be doing with it. I'll get home on a Friday or even bloody Saturdays. You know, I'm getting home evening time Saturdays on this job, and I'm absolutely knackered. You know, I just fall asleep in the chair. Sunday's no good because I've got no energy. All you're doing Sunday is getting ready to go back to blasted work again. But I'll be home, you know, sensible this Friday, so we should be having our curry and our music night, which we didn't have last week because I didn't get home till blooming, I don't know, near on 7 o'clock, and I ain't going to start doing all that after doing a 13-hour blooming stint. What else is it? Oh, there is a few safety things on this that I like. Let's flash this bloke in. Let's just turn that around a little bit. You see that over there, that little, looks like a light on the A pillar. That's the safety thing. On the side of the truck there's these sensors, and it senses if anything's up the side of your vehicle, and I thought it was only going to be if it was upside the unit, but it actually senses stuff when it's away from the back of the trailer even. So when you're overtaking something, once those lights stop flashing, you know you're clear. Well, you should know your length anyway, you know you're clear. And also it's got the lane thingy malarkey on it. I normally turn that off because if you wander a little bit, it goes blip, 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 blip. You'll hear it in a minute. If you don't indicate and go over a line, it makes that noise, and it just gets on my nerves. I know it's a safety feature and all that, but I'll demonstrate that for you in a moment. I say it's got a lot of good features on it. One good thing on the dash, it's got all your driving times, and it actually ticks off. There's little boxes next, and it's got a 10-hour next to it. So there's two little boxes. So if you do a 10-hour, it ticks one box. If you do two, it ticks two boxes. Same with 15 hours or a 9 off, or both. there's 3 boxes there, because you know we can do 15 hours in a week or 9s off and that. So as you do them through the week, it ticks them off, and that is absolutely brilliant. I can't fault that side of it at all. The night eater is horrible. Don't like that. Yeah, that's because I didn't indicate. Look, I'll do it here. No, I won't do it coming in. I'll do it on the hard shoulder. Look, here we go. That's not going to do it now. Look, but you heard it anyway. Yeah, the night eater is crazy. If you're sitting in the evening, you turn ignition on and off or whatever to open the window, blasted thing goes off. And then because one good thing about a night eater is, well, obviously it keeps you warm, but the other thing is everything comes up through the vents, through the windscreen and the side vents, so you never have wet windows in the morning. They're always nice and dry, but obviously all the warm air goes up through all the ventilation pipes, the normal ventilation pipes through the truck, so that normally when you change position, like for the screen or the floor, there's a flap in there somewhere, isn't there? But this does it automatic, and then when it does it, it goes through this cycle. It sounds like a bloody goat or something. It goes, or some haunted house. Well, what's the point of that if you're trying to sleep with that on? I just shuts it off and I goes to bed. I covers myself up with all my stuff, and yeah, alright, you can sleep for a few hours without getting cold. Alright, I don't get cold from here down, but my head gets cold, so I'll put some woolly hat on. Or I will eventually turn the night heater on, sort of, if it gets too cold. But it's crazy. It's just noisy. It's very noisy. So it's not a bad ride. It's very much like the other one, but it's just refined a little bit. What else can I say? Oh, it's got a stupid little table over there that comes out the dash. You flap it down like a glove box opening, and it's about that big. What's the use of that? You couldn't even get a bloody plate on it hardly, let alone prepare food. Mental. They haven't sat down and spoke to drivers. What would they like in the truck? If they made that side of the dash go down and make it dead flat, drivers wouldn't be encouraged to put tables in the windscreen. They'd be able to use that area to sit over there at night and do whatever they need to do. But no, they've made it look like a bloody car. Look, that ain't no good. If you look at a Volvo, their dash is pretty flat. Alright, it does curve off at the edge, but it's useful. That thing ain't worth, it's not worth a light, is it? Alright, it might look alright, but it ain't no bloody good, is it? But anyway, you know, it's just me, you know, plus it's got this silly girly gearbox in it. It's got a good retarder on it though. You can brake right down without using your brakes. It's fantastic, you know, you sort of go, so look, they're changed down and all. But I always have it in manual, so it's not all going up and down the gearbox when you do things that you don't want it to. Yeah, the place where I made my delivery yesterday, I had to go through a very steep, narrow little village, and that is the only way in to where we've got to go. I did start to vlog yesterday, but I didn't. It's not that I gave up, but you know me, I've been all over the place lately, so the vlogs aren't like they used to be. Especially being on my own, it is hard to vlog when you've had your other half with you, you know, and we sort of have a double act anyway. So anyway, I'm going to chuck that in now, that little village bit. I don't really want to waste it, just to show you where I went to yesterday, and we'll come back to today later on. So I'll stick that in now. Have a look, see what I got up to yesterday. Obviously, I didn't show you the delivery point because I'm not allowed to show all that. But I just want to show you that little village place that I went down, and then when I'm coming back up out of it. So yeah, so there you go. Have a little look at that. Right, we've made our way around the outskirts of Munich without any catastrophes, no traffic. Got to go down here apparently through a little village, so I thought you'd take you through there with me, see what that's like. don't think I've ever been here before. When I looked at it on the map, I thought I had done, but I don't think I have, the way people are telling me to go in. So we'll soon find out.
In 3/4 of a mile, enter the roundabout. Take the second exit to Starnbergerstraße.
Well, she don't have to come out with some words. Just turn her up, look, you might hear her. Yeah, it's tight through here. I was told to take it really steady. Luckily, there's no snow laying. So we'll go up the top of the hill, apparently. You see, I'm still using this in manual.
Mile, turn right onto Starnbergerstraße.
Do you hear that? See, I'm still using it as a manual. I just cannot get on with it doing its own thing. It's always in the wrong blasted gear. So 30 kilometres an hour through here. So there, oh, it's a field light. This bloke's doing surveying, I think. It's not a speed camera. Well, this is tiny, isn't it? Steady as we go. But the locals love all this going on through here. They all want to come through here when it's really snowy and horrible, especially trying to get out. Imagine trying to get out up this hill. Nice buildings though.
In 1/4 of a mile, turn right onto Starnbergerstraße, then take the third left.
Yeah. Alright dear. It's not actually a turn right, it's a bend in the road.
Turn right onto Starnbergerstraße, then take the third left.
Third left. Oh, I see. Over the crossing.
In 1/4 of a mile, turn left onto B11.
Yeah. Can you hear that cab noise? So we come out here,
turn
look.
left at the traffic light.
Turn left at the traffic lights, heading back towards Munich, because we can't come the other way, because apparently, oof, it's too tight. But this is crazy coming down through here, isn't it? Oh, look at that, look. Green light all the way. Oh, that's smashing. So there we go. So anyway, I've got to do my business.
Miles, turn left onto Schornerstraße.
I've got to do my business just up here, so I'm going to have to cut you loose, guys, because you know I'm restricted in what I can show and what I can't show. So, right at these lights.
Turn right at the traffic light.
Oh, that's tight. Nice tight squeeze here. That's definitely the way we came. Yeah, take a wide swing on this one. A little bit confused then, because there's another junction up there, look, and there's all people coming out of that. But I've been to this this location before, just once in my other little truck, and it wasn't until I got there that I realised that I had been there. Because this bloke's not going to hang back for me. No, it's typical, isn't it?
In 1/4 of a mile, turn left onto Starnbergerstraße.
Yeah, so very tight this is. So I wouldn't want to come up here when it's snowy. But I don't remember the last time I came here coming all up through this way. Maybe I came in a different way because I was in the little truck, I don't know. It's a possibility. They're a bit Swiss, these houses, aren't they? I suppose German and Swiss are similar, aren't they? well, I know they're not similar people, but now look at that building there. It's like some of the houses in Switzerland. Quite nice, isn't it? But, you know, so I wouldn't want to be living here with all these bloody lorries and all coming up here. I wouldn't want to meet something coming out of the way either. It's not ideal, is it? I'll be hanging back there, mate. That's it. Stay there. You can see where trucks have been coming up here. The way the tarmac's all ripped up, look, where they've been pulling up the hill when it's hot in the summer. Scaring these people to death. If I wasn't told that this was the way you're supposed to come, I'd think, blimey, this ain't the way to come. But this is it. So this is Frankfurt. Well, it's the outskirts of Frankfurt. We're just going past the airport. This building that's coming up right in front of us here, it always amazes me. I always think it looks like a liner. The amount of times I've gone past it, and it only wants some funnels on the top, and I think, blimey, it's the transport hub for the airport and everything. All the buses go in there, and railway and what have you. And I think there's a hotel. Yeah, it says Hilton. So, but that is an amazing building. I know I've shown it on, maybe shown it on the vlogs before. I think I have. I don't know how old it is. Google it. There's this sort of transport hub building. Everything goes in there and out. Obviously, if it goes in, it's got to come out, isn't it? I think it looks more impressive coming the other way. But yeah, it's very impressive. Beats your square blocks and all that, just the normal run-of-the-mill buildings, isn't it? They could do with cleaning the windows. They're absolutely filthy. You can't even see in there. Minging. This is another reason why I won't miss coming to blasted Germany. Sorry, I don't mean to offend my German viewers, but the traffic queues in Germany are ridiculous. I've just been stuck in this now for about an hour, and I've only made about 2 or 3 miles, if that. There's all sorts of emergency vehicles going there. So we've got all these clowns in the middle lane, look. They're not meant to be overtaken. They're more important than everybody else. I suppose they all want to push in a minute, look.
After 300 yards, turn right.
Just going in to get some weasel at Frecken Autohof. So I'm not swearing. That's what it's called, Frecken. Well, that's where I'll pronounce it anyway. Been here loads of times. Spent a weekend here once with Angie and watched some Eastern Europeans get blottoed out of their heads, falling over all over the place. Have to go in here and jack it up because there's a little bit of a dip.
Then at the roundabout, take the second exit.
So over here, looks like it's a pump free. That's good. Pump free. Got the back up already. As we go in, da 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 da. That silly singing noise again. The unit's being pumped right up now, look. So that, because if I don't pump the trailer up as well, if I pump the unit up, obviously the front of the trailer's higher, and then the trailer grounds out as I go down this bit of a slope here. It doesn't look much. I don't think it's so bad on this side. I think it's worse in the middle. There's only trouble with this truck. It's very, very low.
Have reached your destination.
Thank you, Jane. Very kind of you. Just let everything down while we're here, and then we know where we are. We can then pump it all up again when we go. Right, I will see you in a mo. Time to crack on. Do the last little bit to Liège, to Villain, de Villain. It's easy for you to say. About an hour and 40 minutes to there, with no hold ups hopefully. And I don't know what I've been doing here. I've been doing some sort of filming today, the look of it. There's loads of bloody trailers here and toilet things and dressing rooms and stuff and bods. People not wearing a mask properly. That's typical, isn't it? Aye. Yeah, so I don't know what they've been filming here. I don't know what this lot is. I wouldn't know anyway. It's only going to be German stuff, isn't it? It's nothing we'll see at home, I shouldn't think. And you've got all these bloody dressing room trucks here and stuff. So we get, I don't know how long we get here, but you know, I've had 3/4 of an hour, 50 minutes. I normally have 50 minutes. And there we go. See all the back of that, well you can't really see, but over there all the back of that's all, they're filming inside there, it's all blacked out. You might be able to see from the right, look. They've got blackout curtains and all that. Well, there's all loads of vehicles around the back there and all, so it must be quite a big production. Got a bloke here, look, you've got this little nipper on this skateboard's been whizzing around. So they're obviously filming here, look. God knows what it is. Who knows? I don't. Right, so we go left here. Past Donald's.
After 200 yards, turn left.
No, she wants me to turn right and then turn left, but I'd rather go this way. So if you look at some of the previous vlogs, me and Angie's been here quite a few times. You know, had weekend here and been up into Frecken, into the town. And you got Donald's down here on the right. Down to the traffic lights, turn right, and then follow your nose out to the motorway, out to the Autobahn. God, our life's changed since I last stayed here. You know, people with,
yards, turn right.
you know, people with muzzles under their chins. It's weird. What a weird time we're living in. I go right at these lights. Whenever I want to film, it's always facing into the sun, so I expect all that footage is going all pixelated.
Right.
You never know, it's on the new camera, it might be better, look. We don't know yet. Sort this out. We're going to get a filter here, there we go. So we're all dieseled up. I've put a little bit of AdBlue in just to get us back, and then by the time we get back it'll be down far enough to top it up, because if you got to fill it up, if you keep topping them up it confuses them, so you've got to run them down as low as you can. You can put a little bit in, but if you sort of top it up to half and then fill it up when you get back, I have been led to believe that it confuses something on it and it says there's a malfunction. I've got a smart right on my tail end here, look, and I'm on the speed limit and he's wanting to overtake. Just calm down, dear, it's only a single road, it's not a dual carriageway. You can go now on your merry way, you can turn left, look. I was thinking I think it was last week or the week before, talking about muzzles and people covering their faces up and everything. I don't know if it's just me, or some people look more attractive with a muzzle on, because they're covered up to there and you only see their eyes, so you don't know what's going on in here, do you, unless they've got their beak out. So I was at this auto off having my dinner, and this lovely little sort of slightly built young lady was serving me. She was ever so friendly, really nice, spoke English, and she had her black muzzle on. She's only tiny, only 5 foot nothing, and yeah, really nice. You know, she see when my beer was down about how much and said, another beer, like, yeah, really doing her job well. But then it was quite a shock when I'll see her behind the counter talking to her mate. Well, she shouldn't have done, I suppose, but she took her muzzle off. Oh, what a shock that was. She looked like an horse down below here. She was still a nice person, don't get me wrong, but it was a bit of a shock. I suppose, well, I said to Angie, I said, I suppose it's a bit like when you fancy someone, you think, oh, she looks a bit alright. And then when all the kick comes off, you think, nah, I'd rather not. It's just the same with a muzzle, isn't it? Yeah, you see the eyes, they've got nice eyes, and then from there down, it's just a bit of a letdown, isn't it? That's just me, I suppose. I don't know if anybody else has thought about that. But here we are, look, I'm going over the top of the motorway. It is quicker coming this way than all round the houses. Going out them traffic lights and turning left. Over here, look. So we've got hour and 35 minutes to Liège. It's just past the airport. And
now turn left, then join
stay in there. We should get in there within a 13 hour, so we're not going into a 15. Should be in there by 5 o'clock UK time, possibly. And then we can have 11 hours off and leave in the morning at 4 o'clock UK time. What a beautiful day compared to leaving when I left Munich this morning. It was -10, and coming up through it went down to -12, but it's now, well, it's +1 at the moment, but it's been +3. It's really nice sitting in the sunshine. I just think so. Thank you very much. Into the sunshine again, so that's you're going to see all the dots on the windscreen where I haven't cleaned it again. Never mind. So there we go. Never mind, let's crack on. Another thing that annoys me with this truck, not only that's that blind I said about earlier. Once you've got it down sort of below 4 inches and the cab rocks, goes The other thing that I don't like about this truck is in the windscreen. I've put the forward facing camera on. I don't normally do it in the bright sunlight, but the windscreen's heated, and when the sun's on it, all you can see is the mesh that's in the glass, and it's so annoying. And I've noticed it on some of the on the road
Take
footage.
the exit on the right to A44, then keep left.
I've noticed it on the road footage that you've got this horrible meshy sort of ruins what's being recorded. So that's another thing that I don't like about this. It's just, and I can't even make the heated windscreen work. I press the button and it doesn't seem to do anything.
Keep left to A44, then keep right.
Look at that blind. That is so annoying. You know, new modern truck, this next generation MAN, and they mess about with the blinds. I'd rather have them split blinds. So when you got the sun
right toward A44.
When you got the sun right down on that side, you need the blind right down. If you put it right down that side, you can't see out this side, which is absolutely ridiculous, having one blind in the windscreen. It's right if you sit down right on the floor like a Scania driver, I suppose. It don't make a lot of difference, does it? Or as they're going to call them, manias.
Be in the left lane.
Well, I'll put that up now because the sun's not an issue here. Coming there. See, the sun will be an issue because it's now on the right hand side of the windscreen. But it's not really a problem at the moment. But that's when you want that side down and this side up. One big 6-foot blooming sun blind is just ridiculous. This bloke here is getting on my nerves. 1 minute he's doing 80k, next minute he's doing 84, then he's slowing up again. Here he's slowing up again now, look. I bet if I try and overtake him he'll speed up. Let's have a look. See, Cross knows what he's doing in there. He don't look like he's paying attention because he's leaning forward from the mirrors, so you don't know if something's overtaken. He's one of them that wears his high vis all the time and all. Look, people who wear their high vis to drive, for God's sake. You might have seen me now, so hopefully we can do the gentleman thing and just ease off a little bit. You never know. He's fiddling around with something, look. Leaning forward, fanny in a bag, got a pen in his mouth. Oh no, ain't it's a fag. Yeah. Got his muzzle up on the dash. God, imagine that. Somebody that smokes and then they put their muzzle on. Imagine the smell that comes out of their mouth and goes up their bloody beak. God, it must be dreadful. It's bad enough if I had a coffee and I put my muzzle on. Imagine all that smell from a fag. God, it must be dreadful. You see that out the windscreen now with that mesh in the glass? Come on, you're going to flash me in? Well, he didn't ease off anyway, so I see he's flashed me in. So, but I would have just eased off at just a K or two, just to make life a little bit easier. Never mind, it takes all sorts, doesn't it?
Keep right to the road.
Just coming into Verlaine services now. 5 o'clock UK, 6 o'clock local. So that'll be a 13-hour day. And about a 9.5 hour drive. It didn't help getting stuck in all that rubbish the other side of bloody thingy, did it? All that queue. The other side of blooming Frankfurt. Never mind.
Arriving at the road.
But there's
on
always
the left.
space in here normally any time in the blooming evening, especially this time of night. It's early, look. I like to pick my neighbours if I can, rather than them pick me, because they could be unwanted neighbours, if you know what I mean. So we'll have a little look around. Normally I'll go right out the back because it's all quiet up there. We'll see. Got out the back last time and it was burning. Never heard a thing, never heard anything anywhere in the lorry park at all. Oh, it looks like there's a blooming fridge out there where I wanted to go. So that's not going to be quiet tonight, is it? Let's have a look, see what we got here. There's a fridge out there. So that's a no, we don't want to be going there, do we? So I'd like to park between two talkliners or ordinaries. Looks like there's two blooming fridges up here. So we won't be going near them. Let's have a look down here. No, they spoiled that. And people say, why do you go and park next to somebody? Well, you've got to, ain't you, really? If you park right in the middle like that, you could get anybody parking next to you. I suppose I could put on, there's a little van there. What have we got up here? There's a fridge there. Oh, I don't like the look of that. Right behind me. Let's go around again. So I was going to park in here on the left between them two, but if you've got a fridge there, look, you're going to have all that racket going on. Is it lit? I don't know, not lit. Let's go around again. See what we got around here. I waste too much time. I don't want to go over 13. It don't really matter. It's the end of the week. I've got to keep it tidy. All these Herberts parking in the bus bays, look, bone idle. Absolutely bone idle. You got all that space over there, look, you got all these idiots here, look, ramming the place up. Look at it, how stupid are these people? Can't walk bloody 5 minutes, can they? Again, don't want to keep going round and round. Just have a look, see what's what. At least this one you can go round and round. Some of them you can't go round, you get spat out the other end. I know, that's telling me my driving time is coming up to finishing. It's a shame that bloody fridge is there, otherwise I'd have gone in there. Right on this end's great, but I can't risk it. Is it a fridge? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is a fridge. Should I risk it and go next to this transporter? So you risk people coming in next to you. Go between these. No, I won't. Go back here a bit further, I think. I'll make life hard for myself. I'm just going to have to risk that something don't come in beside me. some of these people get a bit worried because they see me in it. Well, not so much the big ones, but my little truck, they used to think I was a fridge because it looked a little bit like a fridge truck, didn't it? There's poor blokes in bed. Look, somebody's got a park here, isn't there, I suppose. Any trouble is he's not. I'm just waffling anyway. I'll get over a little bit. Trouble is I can't get out the bloody door. These spaces aren't that big actually. Right, that'll do. That'll do. Bloomin' smashing. Right then everybody, that's it. I'm done for the day. Just done my paperwork. Done all I need to do. Set the sat navs up ready for tomorrow. It's 3.5 hours from here up to, I'm going to go up to Dunkirk, up to the Purdue up there. The one that we stopped in when we come off the boat at Dunkirk from Dover in the last vlog. So I'm going to nip in there. Obviously we can't get much these days because of Brexit. We're only allowed 18 litres of wine, so there we go. That's another Brexit load of rubbish, isn't it? So I hope all that lot are happy, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about that. I'm going to sit down now. I'm going to make myself something to eat. I'm going to have a chilled out evening. I'm going to watch Emmerdale in a minute, and then it'll be a 4:15 start in the morning, and then up to Dunkirk. Have a half-hour break there to clear my 6-hour rule while I'm doing my shopping, and I'll have a cup of coffee and that, and then down to Dover, not down to Dover, down to Calais, and then I'm more likely to go on the DFDS because the food on there is free. Have a bit of breakfast in the morning, and then over, and then back and tip, and then home, and then the rest is history. Last day on this sort of rubbish tomorrow. So there we go, end of an era. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow in the next vlog. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you very soon. See you later. Bye. Oh, don't forget, keep your muzzle on and keep that beak in. See you later. Bye.